just like that, March 14th is upon us. Good to see you all. I hope you had an awesome week. Boy, we've had one over here, haven't we? We've had our ups, we've had our downs. We're watching charts the absolute best we can to make the best decisions we possibly can make. Tar Heels won. www.didDukeWin.com? Nope, they didn't. So, man, you can't really argue about today at all on my side of the world. Yes, charts are red. This is a temporary speed bump on the way to grander, more grandiose things down the line. You know, we've talked about this a good bit, but I've been planning and waiting for these retraces to happen. It looks like we might get a little something now. Let's hit the charts and talk about it. Time for Crypto After Dark. If you haven't done so, please go hit like and hit the subscribe bell while you're there. There's also a notification bell. Not the buzzer. All right. Once you hit that notification bell, every single time we go live, before we go live, this thing will remind you to come hang out and shoot the bull. We try to keep it straight 100% of the time here on the charts. No hopium, no BS, straight facts, homie. It doesn't matter if it hurts your feelings or makes you feel good. None the care to us. We're just over here charting, doing the best we can with what we got. Let's start with the thumbnail, then we'll say hey to everyone. First, we talk about the thumbnail because I don't just make clickbait thumbnails. Every thumbnail that you see was created by me. I don't have an artwork guy. I do my own. They're that way for a reason. The thumbnails are what they are because they mean something. So what do we have here? On the left, just as I showed in the thumbnail, we talked about this last live stream. Went up to another higher high. Again, we haven't made a lower high yet. I want to emphasize that before I talk about this. One of these few things is going to happen. We got it pretty dialed in, but I'll start with on the left, 2016, on the right, currently. Why do I bring this up? Because these are both halvings. They both had a bottom at a similar time. They're both an equal amount of time from halving, and there's no world-ending pandemic happening right now that's caused anything any different, all right? Right about this time, every single cycle, we have a retrace. Some larger, some smaller, none the matter. We always have it. Before you ask, no, I have not retreated and sold everything. Why is that? Well, I've talked about this a lot, but it's not worth it to freak out to me. It's just not worth it to freak out. The down that we're about to get, I think I can maintain with the spots where I bought. My goal was to already not overtrade some of this stuff. I made those mistakes last time. I don't want to make those mistakes again this time. All right. On the left, what do you see? You see, I'll take the indicators off first so we don't have them up there. We just have straight chart, right? What you have on the left is a swing low, swing high. On the right, you have swing low, swing high. Reason I marked these off where I marked them off is there a similar time frame, not date, but a similar time frame from each other, and they both follow the same structure of support and resistance, all right? There's a slight difference this time, and I'll get to that in a minute. First, over here on the left, we had a very, very aggressive pullback once we finally topped out on a lot of indicators. You'll see those in a minute. More so, I wanted you to see the structure of what this thing did after it found its high. It essentially ran back down to the first support that it had, came down, gave it a test right there on those two red circles that I drew, and I'll make those a different color now so you can kind of understand what I'm saying. It came down and tested that structure right here, that support level right through there. Do you see that? That was the next highest support level back in 2016. All right, that was it. That's all it had. So it hadn't broken all-time high at this point. It hadn't done any of that. It was just trying to work its way back up there. And as a matter of fact, at this point, this was right up here near 786 overall. Now the difference here is 786 overall was way down here on 2024 where we are now. You've already broken all-time high. In fact, all-time high is roughly right about where we are right now. I've got two separate fractals pulled in here, and it's both this move from each one. All right, it's the same fractal, just copy and paste it on each side. For the disclaimer, I don't like fractals, y'all. I don't like doing this, but I thought it was important to at least talk about everything. All right. For y'all who haven't been around for a long time, fractals is what got us off course real bad last time. So the number one thing I want us to remember here is we're still trending up. Nothing's changed. And I'll pull up the chart here for you. Regular Bitcoin chart. Look, nothing's changed. This is all still pointing straight up in the air. All right. Only thing that's changed is we haven't made another big green candle. Relax. That may come in. I'm leaving that possibility wide open. I haven't sold anything. I just told you guys all that. I haven't sold anything. So I've taken some profits here and there, but I haven't sold anything. This is just testing all-time high so far. Could this fall farther? Yes. In fact, I think it may. And where will it fall next? So I've got two separate fractals over here. I'll hide one and then I'll put the other back on. This is from swing high, from swing low to swing high. The exact same move over here. All I did was I scaled this down to match support and resistance. All right. That 69,000 level is roughly support. And that's right about where we've bounced at now. And if you look back in the back there, you can barely make it out, but that's where the candles are kind of stopping. Right? There's a bit of support right there. It's small, but it's there. All right. And then the more pale, hard to see one, let me make it very, very bright for you here, is a more short-term one that I think also may be plausible, because another thing that we've seen recently is every single time Bitcoin tries to sell off, it just gets gobbled right back up. Every single big candle just gets gobbled right back up by buy pressure. We're seeing it where it happens in the first part of that half of the trading day roughly, and the second half of the trading day, it just gets scooped right back up like nothing happened. All right, that's happening over and over and over again. So I'm leaving open the possibility that that's what happens again. I don't want to leave that out. I want to leave that wide open and understand that this thing may not fail like I think it will. I scaled this one only to this higher high and higher low here from there to the top. It's the same move that you see right here. I just copy and pasted it over here to this side. All right. This stays above the 236 fib. You see here it fell under the 236 and we're over the 236 here. That's our first possibility. And honestly, what I kind of expect to happen. I kind of expect the white one and not the blue one at this point. Why is that? Well, for what it's worth, it keeps proving me wrong and not wanting to fail every single time. You think it's going to sell off. Again, sell pressure goes away. Buy pressure comes in. All that selling gets gobbled up by the bits. And here we are getting closer and closer and closer to having, yet to have a retrace. Now, here's the other piece I'll leave you with this. From having to the top was roughly 21 days, yeah? From having to the top, we're roughly 33 days. So are we a little ahead? Maybe by a week or two. That's what we've been saying the whole time, that these markets fluctuate about a week and a half, plus or minus. The reason I say that is we know we're not, quote unquote, farther ahead in the cycle too far because halving date hasn't moved much. This has been the same halving plan to date for 8 years. All right, it's only moved a few days back and forth each time. Nothing earth-shattering. All right. In fact, last time the halving moved, it went from April to July, in case you guys don't remember that, right? It kind of swung around a lot and then came all the way back to where it happened at. So it happened in March, I think, right? There was a bunch of swing there last time. This time is much more tight, which kind of led me to think that we're going to have more similar to an S&P 500 style chart from here on forward, rather than some crazy wild crypto chart from here on forward. I understand the tokenomics. Don't come at me with that. I already know. I'm not stupid. I understand it's a supply and demand event. I've talked about this ad nauseum. When it's a supply and demand event, when we see times where many buyers come in and many sellers get left behind, that's an uptrend. Factor in the fact that the government has allowed people to put it in their retirement accounts. That's a big deal, folks. I don't leave that behind. I'm fully aware of the possibilities here that this thing never looks back. However, let me show you some more stuff here. I'll give it all out there and keep it all on the table. All right. Here is the RSI on one side and the RSI on the other. This is the move that we had in 2016. Here is the move we have now. In fact, really crazy here is this RSI is making a bit of a head and shoulders. Who figured that would happen? I don't do that with indicators. I'm just pointing it out that I thought that looked neat, that I hadn't seen that happen before. Note, this thing fell under this RSI moving average. I don't necessarily use that, but it's on there because TradingView puts it on there. But here again, same thing. You fell underneath the moving average. Where did this one go back in the day? This RSI ran to the 50 line, all right, one of the action lines. 50 line is way down here. Now, I don't know that it sprints like this one did. I honestly don't expect that. I honestly expect something slow and steady if we're going to get down there, all right? That's about all I'm asking for. I don't expect to see some crazy, amazing move here that just sells it all off. While that could happen, I don't expect it. And even if that happened, I need you to understand a lot of these are just going to roll back to support. They're not going to fly far down like they did back in the pandemic days. You're just going to have stuff run back to support, which we'll talk about in a minute, okay? I'll show you what I'm talking about with that as well. Meanwhile, if you guys hadn't hit like, please go hit like. There's 89 of you on here. 43 people have hit like. The more of you who hit like, the more YouTube shares this crap around for everybody to look at, the more people who see it, all right? It's not about money for me. I don't care. I want more people to watch and more people to make as much as they can. Forget about me. It's not about me. I want everybody to make as much money as possible here. I only care about y'all. I'm going to get my money first. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to take profits first. Please understand that. But I want you to be on the right side of this time. Last bear market, you didn't listen. Most of you didn't listen. You didn't take profits and you suffered. All right. This time, do it different. Do not repeat your past failures and expect everything to magically be better. I just noticed that behind me is pink. Hang on one second. You guys got to tell me that kind of stuff. Be like, hey, Keith, it's pink behind you, you dummy. Is that red? It's pink, bro. It's like, there. That's purple. Not purple anymore. It's red now. Here's the MACD. I don't want anybody to lose. How about that? Is that fair? I don't want anybody to lose. I want everybody to win with us, all right? We're going to win. I want you to win with us. Big run up on the MACD and then a crossover. See that? Had the same thing back here and it gives us a bit of a fake out. It's literally a spitting image of the exact same price action kind of repeating. Do I expect this big sell-off? Not necessarily. What I would like to see is some sort of move down here to potentially some kind of support. That would be great. All right. We haven't even done that yet. So again, just wanted you to see the indicators to see how accurate they look from each other from 2016 till now. I do not expect some big crazy rundown. Again, please know that. One step at a time. Can we do that? One step at a time. How about straight up just the Bitcoin chart? No comparisons. Again, for now, we're still trending up. We're still over the 8 and 21 EMA, though we are testing the 8 EMA to fail it now. That's just going to stick us into the wait a minute zone. What is the wait a minute zone? The wait a minute zone, how does that sound, first of all? The wait a minute zone. That's the area between the 8 EMA, which is this green line that you see here, and the 21 EMA, which is this purple line that you see here. That area in between there is the wait a minute zone. Hey, everybody, guess what you do when it's in the wait a minute zone? You just wait and watch and see what happens. There's no reason to freak out and panic. You can scale out a little bit if you'd like. Maybe you like to take some profits, 15%, 20%, 70%. That's up to you. All right. I want you to make your own decisions on that one. I took a little bit of profits yesterday on a couple things, made a couple moves here and there, but nothing crazy. Again, I think I can withstand most of this mess. You do see me have a buy line up here. I always keep a little bit of a side hustle going on in the background. Made $400. So what did I do? I just stuck it straight into Bitcoin like I said I was going to do anytime I made some side hustle money. So that money is stuck over there now. And I'm going to leave it alone to the end of the bull market. That's getting sent to the ledger. I don't care. I don't want to talk about it. Bitcoin is going to be just fine. And I think you all understand that by now. We're going to go way past this all-time high in time. We're going to go way past this all-time high. Probably going to go up more toward 130,000 to 150,000. And then we can talk about it, all right? We're not at that level yet. Let's go say hey to everyone else before we go too far down the rabbit hole. Brian W., what's up? Good to see you, brother. Tex, Matthew Moore, what's up there in Canadian land? Papa Nick Fresh, what's up, my guy? Kelly, Miss Kelly Slade, good to see you. Yes, we require red. JS Relax, fifth like. I like it, my guy. 92 of you guys on here, 54 likes, please. It's free to hit like. It costs nothing. All right. More of you hit like, the more YouTube sends it out for everybody else to see, and the more they can come and follow and watch. All right. I'm not BitBoy. I'm not going to get on here and act all crazy. I'm not one of these kids who use the big hyperbolic talk about moon and pump and dump. You're not going to get that from me. All right. You're going to get straight facts, homie. I've got no time for nothing else. I'm 40 years old. I got no time to play no games over here. All right. I do enjoy a good whiskey, and there's a table right back there with some on it, and I'll get some in a minute, but not until the 30-minute mark. Distinctive Shine, good to see you. Jeremy D. Phoenix, Phonetic Duck, what a name, bro. That's awesome. Crypto Norsky, good to see you, brother. Miss Allie, how are you? Burner, Tario, good to see you. Dreamer, the red stuff, good to see you again. Colo Colo, what's up? Educated Dummy, Brother Bill, Bullish CEO, Miss Ariana. The red stuff again. Hungry Bear, ICP at a brick wall. Yes, it is. That resistance level, this first resistance level has played hell for it. Nothing we can do about it. Again, that's one of them things I'm not kind of trying to worry about right now. I'm going to leave it alone. We can get to it. Jordan, good to see you. JW Joyriding. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Big Fish. O'Leary, what's up? Charts Don't Lie, XRF, what's up? Shay Howlett, what's up? Good to see you, dude. Ma'am, whoever you are. Canon, what's up? McD, been a very long time, everyone. Hope all is well. A dip is like a beautiful red rose. When you touch it, you have the chance to multiply your portfolio. That was deep, bro. Fritz, Daniel, Ron Poteet, Connor. What are some solid plays I have on my eye other than Bitcoin? I got a couple we can run through here toward the end, but I want to get to the big stuff first. Jag, Frompo, Daniel, if it's freaking you out, you're leveraging and not managing risk like me. Don't be me. Yeah, bro. No reason to be leverage trading right now for anybody unless you're just using a couple dollars to do it with. Plenty of money to be made in spot. Don't get silly. We just started this bull market. Don't go ruining it now, okay? Think about what you're doing. Plan better, because a lot of people are going to do that, and I don't want anyone to get wild. Just because you've seen it on Twitter doesn't mean it was real. As a matter of fact, most of it isn't. All right? Dirtbag Millionaire, good to see you. Anonymity, Digital. Brother Bill, I'll do one with you. We'll have a drink in a moment. Thank you, sir. Hit the dinger bell for that one. Let's celebrate this third super on the live stream. Thank you, brother. What's up, Mullet? Good to see you. Travel and listen. Thurman, Crypto Cowboy, good to see you, brother. Okay, what's up, Terry? Good to see Terry. RB Ship, good to see you. Pink is fine. All right, well, you know. You like pink too? I'm cool with it. I just usually do red when we have a red day, green when we have a green day, blue when we have neutral. Because Tar Heels. Grace, good to see you. Acorn Crypto, good to see you. All right, so RB Ship, thank you, brother, for the $1.40. We'll get to some drinks right here in 10 minutes. Let's look at some more stuff first. Ethereum. All right, Ethereum banging its head on the 886 level, right? You see that right there, that 886 level? It ain't giving up easy. $4,000 flat is a psychological level. And what do I mean by psychological level? Well, nice round flat numbers. Why is that? Well, there's basic psychology in this stuff, especially in the retail industry. They'll make something $3.99 instead of $4. Now, why do they do that? Because even though you know it's $4, psychologically you see $3.99 and you think it's more favorable. All right. So when we have psychological barriers on the chart like 4,000, oftentimes I'll set a sell limit for $39.95 or $39.98. Why is that? Well, because most people set their sell levels at an even number. I'll go just below that even number if I'm trying to buy. And I think that price is going to come down to a psychological level. So I think the price is going to come down to that $4,000 level. I'll set my buy at 4,001 or 4,002. Why? Because the very, very minimal percent that I'm missing right there isn't worth worrying. Did my order actually fill? Did it actually get to the price where I planned? Because if you just set it at 4,000 and it goes to 4,001, you're going to be really, really mad that you missed by $1. All right. This ain't The Price is Right. This is the real world. The Price is Wrong, Bob. Bro, that's such a good movie. Adam Sandler was on TV the other day, and just after Adam Sandler was on TV, they put Waterboy and Mr. Deeds and Happy Gilmore and a bunch of movies on TV, dude. And I was watching every single one of them, but I couldn't help it. I love me some old school Adam Sandler movies. Where do I see Ethereum going? I think this is just a minor blip in the road. As you see, we're still very much parabolic. In fact, we may see this stuff kind of flag out a little bit here and think about it until May. Why do I say May? At least late April. Because we're already pretty sure that the federal funds rate ain't going to get cut. What is the federal funds rate? Well, federal funds rate is the amount of borrowing percent-wise that the government allows banks to make, people to take, commerce to do with. Lower rates mean higher prices. Higher rates mean lower prices. Right now, the rates are still a tad high. All right, we're at 5.5. The government wants those rates at around 2. Problem, we can't do that and likely won't be able to do that because the inflation rate is over 3 and they want that below 2 as well. So it's likely we get that interest rate down to 3.5 max. I think 3.5 max for this bull market makes sense. The other overpowering factor of that is that we have way more retail money coming in this time than we had last time. And why is that? Well, Bitcoin ETFs. If you thought Bitcoin ETFs were fun, wait till Ethereum ETFs hit. Everyone who did well, I want to lay this scenario out for a couple of you guys. Everyone who did well on Bitcoin ETFs, right? You put 10% of your portfolio in. That really didn't happen. Let's say 5%. You put 5% of your portfolio in Bitcoin ETF. That hit 25,000 to 30,000. It's already doubled. If that was 10 grand, you've made 20. You're killing it, right? You're making bank. Matter of fact, your Bitcoin ETF just outdid your entire 401k by itself. Okay, cool. So any normal person would look at that and go, hey, that was only 5%. You know what we should do? We should do 10%. That's what we should do. We should do 10%. So then you bump it up to 10%. All right. After you've bumped it up to 10%, you're like, gosh, I'm doing pretty well again. I get another report, another quarter, another 2 quarters later, I'm up another 100%. Then we have these Bitcoin ETFs that have spurred Ethereum ETFs. Those Ethereum ETFs, what do? Well, what do you think is going to happen? When those get approved, you're going to see all that retail money pile into those ETFs and Ethereum as well. I think that's our second half of our bull market. I think this first half is going to be mostly Bitcoin like it always is. Altcoins will follow. Don't get me wrong. You're probably already not going to get the best buy on those ever again. They're probably gone. Good news is you'll get some rebates from here until shortly after halving, if any. All right? Because summer, I think we go right back up. Honestly, in a blow-off top scenario, if we're going to get that, we need to get to those upper fib extensions now or by October so that we can free up space for the rest of that to happen later on. And I'll show you what I'm talking about now. All right? What's up? Good to see you, Guillermo. What's up, Jeremy Cousin? Huggy Bear. I'm now fluent in charts, thanks to you. Let's get this money this cycle before AI ruins it for all of us. Bro, that is well said. Bravo and thank you. Dinger bell. One more person on the stream and we have 100. There it is, 107. That was fast. Good to see everybody and thank you all for being on here. So let's look at Bitcoin one more time. I was talking about that blow off top scenario, all right? I've got 2016 on the left, 2024 on the right, all right? 2026, we can pull a fib all the way back. And I'm actually going to flip to the weekly just for a second so I can fit all this on the screen. This is why log mode is so important and linear mode loses its mojo when you have these big moves like this. That can't be, you don't have enough room to fit it on the chart. So I'm going to go from the high in the previous bull market to the low in the bear market, and I'm going to drag it to the right. All right. That ended up being roughly 2.272. All right. For that to happen this time, I want you to understand how much money that's going to be. An astronomical amount of money. Here's total market cap so we can keep track of this while we're doing this. I want you to keep up with me here because it's going to seem weird at first, but bear with me. Didn't mean to draw that. So I've got total market cap here. 3 boxes where I think the price will go by this year. I'm hoping by this year we get up to this level, $7.2 trillion by this year. You see the blow off top levels up here. That's 18 trillion and 12 trillion. All right, back to Bitcoin. Here's the 2020 chart, or the 2024 chart that we have now. I'll flip that to the weekly as well. And we'll pull the same fibs that we pulled on 2016 over to 2024. All right, same way. Top of the bull market, bottom of the bear market. We'll drag it over 4 years, just like we do every single cycle. That would be roughly the end of 2025-ish. All right. Those levels are, for the blow off top, 315,000 and 473,000. Do you understand how much money that is? That's a 5x and an 8x from where we're at now, roughly. Just to the 1618, 175,000 is $7 trillion in the total market. All right, total market. How much would that be just in Bitcoin? Here's the other piece of this puzzle that fits it all together. Just in Bitcoin, if Bitcoin was the only thing that killed it, I think we know that's not going to happen, but I want you to see the numbers no matter what. Just to the 1618, which I think definitely happens, that's 3 trillion just in Bitcoin, 3.2 trillion just in Bitcoin. The market cap of Bitcoin, $3.2 trillion. I think that's almost a lock at this point. Sounds crazy. I know. I'm sorry. Just trying to keep it real with you. All right. An obtuse, ridiculous blow off top number of $5.7 trillion or $8.6 trillion. That's insanity. That's just Bitcoin. How much money of the entire market cap is that in just Bitcoin? That's where Bitcoin dominance comes in handy. All right. So we're able to see that in previous cycles. Let me eliminate some of this stuff for you here. In previous cycles, 2016, for instance, we had a blow off top. 2020, we did not have a blow off top. 2024, we might get a blow off top, but we don't know yet. So what is different about the 2016 Bitcoin dominance as compared to the 2020 Bitcoin dominance? And that difference is right here. All right. August of the year before it ended. All right. As you see, it made a low, shot up, and made a lower low. That didn't happen over here. It didn't happen over here. All right. It slowed up and never failed again. Right here. Same thing right here. And instead of making a lower low, it made an even low. We needed that to make a lower low so that the rest of the money could flow into altcoins and we could get exponential gains, but that didn't happen. Bitcoin managed to hold 38% dominance instead of having this lower low like it did over here. If we had 38% of the dominance, can do the math real fast. I said 18 trillion, yeah? So 18 and a whole bunch of zeros here. That's 1,000 million billion trillion times 0.38, which is 38%. That is $6.8 trillion if Bitcoin hit 38% dominance and we had a blow off top. Getting kind of hard to find these numbers now, isn't it? It's not so easy to just kind of throw it around there. Okay, so let's put that on the chart. If that was the case, remember the number? 6.8 trillion. Here's Bitcoin's actual money chart. 5.7 to 8.6. So if Bitcoin dominance hit 38% again, which was the previous low, that means Altseason is over. Bitcoin dominance did all it could. 38% of the market is just Bitcoin. That's in between the 2 fib and the 272 fib. Now you can play around with these numbers a little bit here and get it to actually 8.6 trillion if you'd like. I'll show you that. We've already done these numbers. That's why I'm talking about it. Thousands, tens, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, and trillions times. What if we did 30%? 5.4. All right, so you can see the less Bitcoin dominance we have, the less trillions are going into this. How about we make a higher low on dominance instead of a flat low? What if we did 43%? Playing around with the numbers here to see what I think Bitcoin dominance could come out to. What does that leave us with? 7.7 trillion. Getting closer. 45% roughly would be a higher low on Bitcoin dominance. And if we pull a fib on that, let's just say we're at the high now. 45% dominance is right around the 50 fib if we don't go any higher. That seems fully feasible to me. All right. Now, does that mean we go up absolutely that high? I don't know if we go up that high. That seems like a bit of a stretch to me at this point. I want to tell you that all this stuff we've done here has been predicting a massive blow off top. There are things that have to happen first before we get there. Again, don't let that hopium get to your head. I'm not trying to feed you hopium, just feeding you what I see could happen from multiple angles here, right? We've run these numbers a lot, and they line up. They really do line up. The cycle really hasn't changed more than a week or two, like I said, because halving really hasn't moved more than a week or two, okay? I share this with you because I want us all to win. I want us all to win because we made a Discord for people who are hardcore into this, who don't want to lose anymore. You want to be on the winning team. You want to know when to buy, when to sell. You want people who are professionals to help, people who do this nonstop 24/7, 365, every single day of the year. Hey, everybody, that's me. WAP.com/team786. Our Discord is open for 1 more month, and then it closes for the rest of the bull market. Sorry, we have about as many people as we want. All right, 1 more month worth of people. That's all I'm allowing in. If you leave, it's on you. If you can't get your Discord to connect, please DM me or email me, and I will get back to you and help you fix it. I know a couple of you guys have tried to get it connected and couldn't. Sometimes Discord flags people as spam. Not me. I'm trying my best, right? We have a lot of bots that come in and try to shield people crap and trick people. So I turn off the scam alerts sometimes, and sometimes people get kicked when they shouldn't. So just ask me if you need help. WAP.com/team786. 30 days free. You can try it and walk away if you don't find any value in it, okay? Simple enough? Cool. Now, let's get some drinks because I'm hot. Hang on. Let me get a whiskey, shall we? And we shall. I got on sweatpants too. I don't even care. I'm just wearing Tario crap. So shout out to Golden Tall Man over in Discord. He sent me this from up in the Seattle area, bro. This is AO limited edition Oregon single malt whiskey. Look at that. Let's go, bro. Never seen this before, but I'm going to be straight with you. I'm a little excited to give her a whirl. Let's see what she's got. Jimmy Monroe would appreciate this. He's a fellow whiskey drinker. And for you guys that come on here and don't know, no, I'm not an alcoholic, but I do enjoy a drink every once in a while. I come from a long family lineage of alcoholics. Oh, that's a little mini cork pop. Okay. So I've learned over the years that you must control your limits. You must not be silly. You must be smarter than the alcohol. And from someone who watched his dad drink himself into the grave, you won't see me do that. All right? You're just not going to see it. All right. So, damn, I can't even get that cork back in there. It fits so well. Shout out to Huggy Bear. Shout out to R Bishop. Shout out to Brother Bill. Thank you guys. Salute. Let's have a drink and we'll get right back into it. Oh, by the way, let's have a sniff test and stuff, right? This has got it's got a little loud to it. Let's see. Oh man, that's a different flavor. That's very, you know what? I thought that was going to have more bite than it did. It's not bad. Kind of smooth. All right. Let's have another. It's pretty strong, but it's good. Thank you. Thank you, Golden Tall Man. That is dope, bro. China Matt, good to see you, brother. Duke sucks. Thank you, JS. Somebody gets it. Now, let's have a look at a couple more, right? We did Ethereum. Also, you can see some pretty crazy numbers here as well. Yeah, market cap dollars. So same math here for Ethereum as we did for Bitcoin, right? 115 people on. This is awesome, dude. This is the most we've had in a while. Please go hit like. It's free. It costs nothing. It'd be dope to get over 100 likes. My nose is itching. Whew, sorry. All right. Same math that we did for Bitcoin. Blow off top numbers are insane here. You'd have a $3 trillion market cap in just Ethereum. Right now, the market cap is $444 billion. That's 6x from here. That's pretty wild. That's just to get to the 2 fib. We've seen multiple times that multiple cryptos have gotten to the 2.272 fib, which is around 5 trillion. Gosh. I haven't shaved in a while, and that's why my nose is itching. My mustache, my lip caterpillar keeps hitting my nose and itching it. So 5.3 trillion, that's insanity, right? That seems like a far-fetched number that no one would ever be able to see. But given the fact that we have ETFs coming down the line for Ethereum, given the fact that the performance of Bitcoin ETFs has been so good, by the way, timed ever so perfectly right before halving, during an uptrend, you couldn't just do it whenever. You had to do it at just the right time. Throwing Ethereum ETFs in next year, right at the top of the year, starting off the altcoin market, altcoin season, right at the beginning of the year, that's the peak perfect time to throw that ETF out there. Watch and see what happens, right? No better time, no better hype time than fresh after the elections, right? You needed something to sway the markets one way or the other to make a narrative, because that's what all of you guys love, is some reason why things are happening. I don't care about any of that. All I want to do is make money on the chart, because that's all we need. I was having a conversation with someone in text form today about this. They said, I won't mention who the person was because he's learning, right? But he says, hey man, do you think the news about Elon and Doge is going to make it skyrocket? And I said, no, I do not. I laughed about it. I said, we laugh at the people who say those kind of things because we already bought. The chart says we're good. So I'm leaving it in cruise control for now. Matter of fact, if Doge was up a little bit yesterday, but it's kind of flat right now, right? So if that was the case, it would have shot up 3, 4, 5, 6, 700%. It didn't. It went up like 6%, right? So we have to hit the pause button a little bit on all that and kind of reel ourselves back in off the ledge about, oh man, I got to watch the news to see what's going to happen. Like, it doesn't work that way. Usually the charts are before the news. I know for everyone on here who hasn't watched before, you're not going to like to hear that, but it's the truth. I'm not on here to spit bullshit to you. I don't have time. I'm a grown man. You're grown. It's 11:38 p.m. East Coast time. You're up on this to watch because you're serious. You're not on here because you're a DJ and looking to be an idiot. All right. So I'm going to keep it real with you, dude. I've got a family and kids. I've got no time to play games here. All right. I'm no riddles, no fancy anything. It's just straight charts and TA. All right. Fibonacci numbers are world renowned for being accurate, not just on this, but down to the DNA in your blood. And that's why I use them. All right. There's no time for games, no time for jokes, no time for playing around. We're here to make money. We can have a drink though. So there's some Ethereum numbers for you, right? You could ask, well, what are the other ones going to do that are big caps? Well, kind of a toss up on those. No ETFs. I don't think you're going to get any ETFs except Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I know many people have asked about, what about an XRP ETF? Well, dude, they're going to do Ethereum before that. And I think we're all good. We all know that, right? You don't need to worry about that until way down the line, but we can look at that next. Why don't we just look at that next? How about we do the XRP chart here and have a gander at it? This ought to make everybody mad. Prepare your eggs. So, made a video on XRP, made a post on XRP, made an update video on XRP, all for Twitter. Since I'm not on there anymore, I made these videos for you guys on there. Look, this thing is still stuck in the mud. That red box didn't fail since the last live stream, did it? And I know what you're going to say. Oh, Keith, we had a big green candle. It was ready to rock. What happened? It hit that box and bounced back, didn't it? Didn't I tell you that was going to happen? How did I know? How was I able to know that? Because the charts said so. That's how. No other reason. No, you can't come up with some BS Brad Garlic Bread stuff. I don't want to hear it. No, I already knew. We already talked about this. We already had went over this 5 different ways from Sunday to find every scenario we could. The good news is it appears that we're over trend. So as long as it can hold 60 cents or better, we're good. We're good. All right. It may fall down below that temporarily, and that's okay. I've talked about that before. I'm okay with it falling down as long as it maintains a level once it does. Did that same thing back here in 2020. It's doing the same thing now. Look, this is a spitting image of 2016. Look at that. See that thing hit the trend line and bounce back at that yellow arrow? Hey, everybody, look. Same thing. You're getting rejected at the yellow arrow. Almost identical. Not perfect, but close. Now, I know what you're going to ask me. Well, why don't we just throw some fractals on the end of this thing and make it fit to 589? That's not how it works. Fractals must respect support and resistance, and they must be scaled to fit. There's 100 factors that go into this. We can't just throw spit on the wall and expect everything to stick. You're going to see a lot of that in the next year and a half. Little disclaimer for everybody in the next year and a half, 118 people on here, miss me with your BS. You're going to be able to buy anything right now and throw it against the wall, and in 6 to 8 months, you'll be up. That does not make you a good investor. That means you got in during a bull market and you need to ride it out and get your profits, all right? If you do not follow these 4 simple rules, number 1, no emotions allowed. This market does not care how you feel. It does not care what you like. It does not care where you're from, who you are, what you identify as. This market only sees dollars. If you don't get that, there's a door right over there for you. We'll see you in the stocks and bonds world, and you can let your 401k guy handle the rest, all right? No games over here. Rule number 2, number 1, no emotions. Rule number 2, have a plan before you buy it. I don't care what it is that you buy. Have a plan beforehand. It needs to be a realistic plan, not some jerk-off plan where you think it's going to go from 63 cents right now to $10. I need you to grow up. That's not going to happen just like that, okay? Get back in the real world and realize it ain't happening like that, okay? Things have to happen first. There are stages to go along here, and you need a plan for that, all right? If you don't understand a plan and you want help with the plan, we have a Discord for that. Come hang out. We'll help out anyone who asks, all right? Doesn't even matter if you like me or hate me. I don't care. Rule number 2, have a plan before you buy. Rule number 3, what's your backup plan? What are you going to do when you fail? Everybody fails. We all fail at this. We're going to win more than we fail, but we're going to fail. What are you going to do? What's your backup plan? Do you have a backup plan? If you don't have a backup plan, right over there's the door, folks. Your 401k guy will be happy to help you out. If you have a plan and a backup plan, you're doing great. Rule number 4, I cannot stress this enough. For me, it's the most important rule, folks. And I wish my echo was working, but my little soundboard echo button stopped working. Take your profits. Do you understand? You don't have to sell it all. But for God's sake, don't be the person who makes $0 this bull market, but tells everybody how much money you made and lost. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm tired of hearing the failure stories. It's time to hear success stories. We had 2 years of down and sideways. It's time to play ball now, okay? Welcome to the big leagues. Ain't no games here. This is grown folks. It's 11:44 at night, damn near midnight. It's time to grow up, sack up, and get with it. Rule number 1, no emotions. Rule number 2, have a plan. Rule number 3, have a backup plan. Rule number 4, take your profits. If you don't follow those rules, I'm going to break you. And I'm not going to break you at first. It'll be little pieces here and there, here and there. And then when the time comes to the top and Keith sails and says peace and goes and buys a vacation property and sits on the beach and drinks pineapple mojitos, and you're still wondering where your money goes, I don't want to hear it. Don't come and crying and whining again, because that's what happened last time, all right? And for all of you on here who are going to get mad because I said this stuff, please understand, I don't have any emotions about this. I'm on your team, and I want you to win. It's very simple. Even if you're mad at me and you don't like any of this, please understand this is how the financial world works. Either get with it or get left behind. Cool. That was a pretty darn dope monologue right there, I think. I got a little bit into it. My fault. Anyway, some more XRP stuff. It needs to break this 50 fib, which is also this red box here, all right? This red box at roughly 75 cents, like I talked about, was going to play hardball. It's still playing hardball. This thing needs to pass go before it can collect $200, and it has not passed go yet. It's kind of stuck in that luxury tax section right before it gets to Boardwalk, right between Boardwalk and Park Place. That's kind of where we're at now, okay? Boardwalk is way the shit up here. We ain't there yet, are we? No, we ain't. So we'll get there eventually, but not yet. All right, I do think these targets get hit this bull market, $3, $4, and $6. I think they'll happen. Not all in fast sequence, but I'm hoping they happen by the end of this year. I don't know that'll happen, but I'm hoping it'll happen by the end of this year. If it doesn't happen by the end of this year, I hope it happens by the end of next year. All right. Still tracking for roughly June here as our last chance, and then roughly the in summer here, August, June, July, August area, we get that move on XRP we're looking for. But I think that happens in the summer. Okay. Charts say it should happen later, not sooner. All right. Cool. Let's go say hey to everybody. Because I missed a lot of stuff. My fault, y'all. Blue light weekends. Yeah, thank you. That's pretty good, Charmat. All right, we'll do a couple more big caps here. Thank you, Danny Deep Pockets. 67 we just touched. Thank you. Dip in progress. Thank you, Terry. That's what's up. About to hit 66. Thank you. 65. Let's go, dude. So you guys are all over it. But do you actually believe BTC to go below 50% dominance, especially with new money? That's a great question, and I'm not sure, right? I think we do get a 50% retrace on dominance at least. In fact, a 618 would make the most sense, which would put it around 35, but I don't know yet. All right, I really don't. And I don't know that it maintains that low level throughout the entire bull market. It may dip down there and come back up and then stop around 45%, right? We're not exactly sure of that. I'm going to have to feel that out as the process goes, right? We'll be able to chart it. But until we break that white line, no alt season. That's something else I left out. Till this white line right here breaks, folks, you can see that white line. That is very, very simple. What is that white line? That is the uptrend for Bitcoin dominance. Until this white line fails, stop with the altcoin season talk. I don't want to hear it. It's not altcoin season until this fails and makes a lower low. Then we can talk, all right? Otherwise, Bitcoin is still running the show, up and down. Don't want to hear it? Stop. Turn Twitter off. You don't need it. I know you think you do because you want to be on top of things, but that's what we have charts for, all right? We have a Discord full of people to help. You don't even have to pay. It's free to come in and hang out in the general chat. You can come and ask all the questions you dang want. That's what we're here for. All right. Duke sucks. That's right, bro. Pop that bottle, brother Bill. Thank you, sir. Let's finish this drink off. It's a stout drink, but I think we can do it. Cheers. Good stuff. DeFi Logic, good to see you, brother. If there's time, would you check Quibic, Sui, Jam? We don't have time to check all these alts, but I will get to some other ones. Kentucky does not suck. Go Cats. Yes, they do suck. Very, very much so. We don't like that better than you blue here, sir. Sorry. Justin Wynn, those who read tea leaves and try to read the market will soon be out of tea. Charts. Thank you, sir. You're right. Apollora, good to see you. XRP 12-hour chart following the 4-hour chart from 2017. Stop it, Matt. I see what you're doing. Guillermo, bro, tipped me 1,000 Mexican dollars, which is probably like 15 cents. Anyway, thank you, brother. Good to see you. Tomorrow, that looks really nice. Just made me get a drink. But why not? So far, so good. Let's go, brother. Thank you. I've been talking to you a lot. Really cool guy. Follow the rules, he said. Damn right, bro. Is this live? This person is talking really good. Darth, bro, I'm on a burner right now, so just let it ride. What's up? What's up, bro? Good to see you, bro. I told the waiter, no salt. No salt. Thurman the Worm is on here, bro. Thurman's back. You know it's a bull market when Thurman's back. If you guys don't know, we've been hanging out for years on YouTube. For you guys who are new here, we encourage everyone to comment, talk it up, chat over here in the chat box. Don't be afraid. We are not those type of YouTubers here. I try to talk to everybody in the chat box. I'm not going to be the guy who doesn't talk to a certain person or tries to exclude people. It's not like that. I came from that. I hate that stuff. So you're always going to get me trying to talk back and be cool with as many people as I can, all right? Psalm 91, bro, tell me what do? I bought 71K with as little as 0.01, put me in a small loss, and I have a small account, but what is your advice? If you're leverage trading, I would tell you to stop leverage trading because you don't need to do that. You should be spot trading until you're really, really good at spot trading, and then you should leverage trade with a small amount. People always make the mistake of going into big leverage trades, and that almost never works. So don't do that. Someone make a guess. Keep saying stop with the alts, please. That's pretty good. China's gonna do it now. Watch. Crypto Elephant, bro. Good to see you. Paulo, if you're not in Discord, you're missing out. Thank you, bro. MT Matt, what's up, Keith? Good to see you, MT Matt. I ain't seen you in a minute. Where you been, bro? Good to see you. I know some of you people lurk. Don't lurk, bro. Come and be part of the crowd. You'd be amazed what happens when you talk and chat it up with us. Everything changes, dude. Everything comes together. We all kind of blend together and mesh more and become more friendly with each other and learn each other and learn things about each other by talking and communicating. I preach communication all the time because we don't have that in crypto world. Text takes a lot of stuff away from context. You know, people always take things out of context when you type them. I hate that stuff. So, I try to keep it real. Try to talk to as many of you guys as you can. We even have a Zoom after this. We're going to talk amongst each other and shoot the bull. Here's ADA. Cardano. Whoops. Didn't mean to draw that. Sorry. I'm like crunk right now. Sorry. This is why I usually have more than one drink, so it slows me down. And I'm just turned up right now because Duke lost. North Carolina won, first of all. I made good money in the last couple months. Everybody's doing pretty well in the Discord. Everybody knows they need to take profits sometimes. Everybody's banking some money. Everybody's doing great, man. This is awesome. High fives for everybody, dude. I'm feeling friggin' awesome. All right. Also, I saw BitBoy got his channel back. Dude, let's freaking go. Like, I'm not a fan of BitBoy, but I've struggled with addiction myself. So I don't want to see anybody struggle. I want to see everybody overcome. I love that he's owning his mistakes and trying to move forward. Thank God. I love it when people own their mistakes and try to move forward. That doesn't happen enough in this space. Everyone wants to be right about everything. All right. Own it when you're wrong and move forward. And bravo for him for that. All right. For real. I don't watch his channel and I won't watch. He can try to contact me if he won't, but I don't think he will. Those are big time dudes. I'm no big timer. But it would be cool, right? Because we're both from the South. And we both struggle with the same things in life. I know you guys don't understand that, but there was a time my life was pretty much identical to his. So I relate very, very closely to what's happened to him. You're not going to see me talk bad about him in that fashion. All right. I get that part. Struggle with the personal life, struggle with addiction, struggle with business. I get it. Okay. It's been there, done that. So again, bravo for coming back and fighting through and doing your best to do the best you can here. All right. I don't like talking bad about people because he did talk bad about some of those guys. I don't really like that, but I get the salt. I do get the salt. I do that in the Discord. Sometimes I make little jokes and stuff, but that's about it. And I do have this above my head right here. Because when people talk mad smack to me, I'm going to give it back. All right. Especially I'm going to clap back when things don't work out the way you think they will. ADA is still stuck under the 50 fib. I'd like to see that break. Hasn't done it yet. Above the 382, which is good. So we may find ilk at the range between 63 cents and 86 cents. Worst case, Ontario. Once that completes, and if it does want to come back and test support right there at around 63 cents, which is very much possible, don't leave that out of the water. This is an ugly weekly candle so far, right? I think we can all see that. That's not exactly a perfect look. You don't really want to see that in the real world. Now, throw some moving averages in there, and you're going to see that we have support here. Here's the 50, the 100, and the 200. As you see, we're clean over the 200. We may not ever fail that 200 moving average again. Like I said, this doesn't necessarily have to play out the way I want it to. All right. For what it's worth, things don't usually do what I want them to do. They do what they want to do on their own. And I'm usually stuck watching and doing it. So to give you an example of how I feel about all this, again, I haven't sold anything. I've taken some profits here and there, but I've not really sold anything off. If I have sold it off, it was just because I was flipping into something else and looking for a better spot somewhere else. All right. I'll take these fractals off so you can kind of see what's happening without any of that. Just the clean chart side by side. Yeah. There you go. Clean side by side. You can't deny how close the structure is. Again, I hope it doesn't happen. I hope we stay up here above 63,000 the entire time. Just want to leave the opportunity for you to see it and own that it may happen. We did ADA. How about we do Matic, another big market cap? I moved Matic into the forget about it pile. Let's just pull it up. I'm an idiot. I moved Matic into the forget about it pile, I'm pretty sure. Because I have Matic staked on a DeFi website, which I said I wouldn't do, then I did. So owning my mistake. But I don't think it was a mistake. I've done pretty well on what I staked it in there. So I was one of the early ones, and I'm pretty happy about it. But uptrend, stuck under the golden pocket, 618 at about $1.25, playing around. As long as it stays above $1, we're golden here. It may take a while to work out, but you cannot deny that's not a clean breakout right here, okay? That downtrend is broken. That downtrend is broken, and she's sailing high here, all right? Flip on the moving averages. All the moving averages in a ball down here. It's going to take a while for them to sort themselves out, but once they do, you're going to get more up here, and all this is going to do is make a higher high, and I'm hopeful that Matic breaks all-time high. It is up here at a pretty good level already, and because it's up here at a pretty good level, I think we at least get back to near all-time high. We can take a stab at breaking it one step at a time. Let's get up above the golden pocket first, and then we'll talk about the rest, all right? Again, not alt season. This stuff's just following Bitcoin. Like if you haven't caught on to that, you're behind. All right? I know you think your altcoin is amazing. You might have gotten lucky and bought something to hit a home run, but be realistic, all right? You can't maintain that. You're going to fail eventually. It's only a matter of time. You see all these wallets. Oh, this guy made 10x. Here's how he did it. Click the link. All right? Get out of here with that mess, man. That's not real, dude. Always the after people who talk about it after, but they didn't do it themselves. So you're just clicking on clickbait. Bro, these are my actual bylines. We did this real time. When it really happened, we were doing this. So it was none of this after the stuff, right? I bought that down there at that green line, and I told everybody I did it. I took profits at the red line and got my initial out and told everybody I did it. And it still went 10x. Perfect. So jam here. I don't like that it's failing the 50 fib at about 003. All right. The thing is, it needs to maintain this, stay above it. If it doesn't stay above that, then we're threatening going all the way back down to 0018, which is about another 30% down. I don't want to see that. Yeah, it's about 30% down. I've gotten pretty good at quick percentage math over the years. I can't do much else though. But I like how high it's gotten up already, right? We've made a high and we made a higher high here. Very cool. And we made a higher low, which is great. There's our low and our high and our higher low and our higher high. Very cool. So we're due for a higher low here. I'd like to see that higher low come in right here and let's make another sprint back up here to these upper levels and make another higher high. Yeah. See that? Bunch of higher highs in a row. And I believe some of you guys like to call that an Elliott wave, but I don't do Elliott waves because they're not necessary. As you see, we're doing pretty darn well without guessing. All right. There's jam. I'm in it. I'm not going to sell this till later. Already said I wouldn't. It's one less thing I have to worry about. That's another thing, guys. Don't get in too many assets because you're going to get in too many and you're going to start freaking out and not sure what to do. So pick 5 to 20. That's still a lot, right? Pick 5 to 20 and you're on your way. Scumbags who tried to steal his channel, whether you like them or not. I fully agree, Nick. I fully agree. I don't like that, bro. That's not cool. Don't try to tell me that you're doing something for me and it's not for me. Nah. Like you might have helped me build the brand. If I'm BitBoy, I'm saying that you might have helped me build the brand, but you don't get to take it. You don't get to take it. You know what I mean? Thank you, Danny Deep Pockets. Danny Deep Pockets shared the link right there in the chat if you guys want to join. It's also in the description of the video. And we got about 2 more minutes. Let's see if we can do one more. ICP. Let's do that. Let's do ICP, shall we? And we shall. ICP. Let's use a Coinbase chart. All right. So this red line that you see right here, I'll make it yellow. You know what? Let's do a different color. Let's do, how about we do this pink color over here and we make it a very heavy pixel right there. That pink line right there is playing hardball. That's the first resistance line on the way back up. Obviously, ICP sprinted straight to that. I'm okay with this playing around here as long as it stays above $10.50. Anything below $10.50 is going to start to worry me, all right? It could come all the way down to $8. And that's all right, I guess, because that's back to support. But I really, really want to see this thing break north and make a run toward 23, because if it can make a run toward 23, you're really opening up the door for 44. 44 by the end of the year would be awesome, because that opens up the door for 2025 for us to make a run up here to the $85 level, which would be amazing. 80 to 85 bucks from where I originally got in. Dude, stop it. That's 1,600%. And I bought a lot of this. So that's going to make me a fair chunk of money if that happens. I think we at least get to 44. I think that's kind of a layup. 85, we'll see. All right. I don't even want to get their hopes up, but I see it's possible. Really want to get wild, run up here to 786. If ICP runs up here to 786, man, boy, that's some money right there for everybody. But that's been an hour, dude. That flew by. We had 131 people at the peak on here. 283 people in general came and checked it out all together. Those are dope stats, bro. I get real-time stats now from Google because we're over 10,000. So thank you all for being here. This has been an awesome time. An hour flew by. You've been an awesome audience. So give yourselves a hand. Thank you. I'll see you guys on the next live stream Thursday. After this, we have a Zoom in our Discord. Come join and hang out. WAP.com/team786. It's right here. It's very simple to use. WAP.com/team786. Very simple. I'll see you there. All right. Leave it with 3 things. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here with me. I appreciate that. It's midnight. You're still here. That's dope. Next, make the best of your todays, the worst of your tomorrows. All right. What does that mean? Every day we're trying to have a better day. All right. And lastly, nobody else today told you they loved you. Keith loves you. All right. Be real, be true, be you. I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Sky's the limit. Peace.